Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. As promised, I said we gonna do this new thing, where we gonna hear the man's side of the story. Too often we hear the woman's side. Too often we don't hear about all the treacherous, devilish things that are done that people be like, oh, he's just a man. And they, bypass our side of the story. But in this particular episode in this series, we're going to be getting the male side, the man's side of the story in regards to what happens with children, what happens in marriage, what happens with property. And remember, like I told y'all, if you want to tell your story, just go to truthblaster888gmail.com and we will fit you in. But it's over for this little one-sided stuff. So I have Aaron on the phone. How you doing, Aaron? Give us a little background on yourself.
Hey, how's everything going? My name is Aaron. I'm in my late 20s, and I have a daughter. And as of right now, it seems like it just didn't work out. I was going to tell my story of how the consequences of having a kid with the wrong person.
Okay, yeah, we definitely here to hear it, so let's hear it.
Gotcha. Okay, so I ended up separating from my child's mother. And, naturally, we both sat down and agreed to separating, but 9 times out of 10, someone's going to want to do extra after you separate. And, everyone has their own story. So I tried to leave in peace. I know I did have a daughter. I did realize that the daughter needs to be with the mom, so I tried to be as cordial as possible. And upon doing that, that's when everything went south. So it started off with lies. The child's mother prevented me from seeing my daughter for 3 months with sending text messages.
Okay, so you said that you initially agreed for her to stay with her mother, and she still chose to stop you from seeing your daughter?
Yes, and she took me to court. I said, let's stay out of court, because I thought we were friends. It's like, if you would have told me how she was going to act after we separated, I was like, nah, no way, because, you like, I know this person, like we're friends. So she chose to take me to court, and I was like, let's stay out of court, and that's what happened.
Okay, so what's her religious background? Is she, like, claiming to be a devout Christian, or what? What's her religious background?
No religion.
Okay, so she doesn't have any religion, so that's kind of a good thing that she not one of them little hypocritical church ladies. Okay, so did she ever give you a reason why she chose for you not to see your daughter, and you even agreed that she can keep the daughter, but as long as you could see her?
I'll be honest with you, like, the God's honest truth is just like, it's something that was passed down from her parents. When her parents separated, her mom did the same thing with her dad, prevented her from seeing, well, not preventing her, but just like, you're my daughter, you're coming with me. So she followed suit to what her mom did when she got divorced.
Oh, so her mother did it before she did?
Exactly.
Now, do you know anything pertaining to, did she ever share anything with you pertaining to what happened with her parents?
Well, I'll put it like this. The mother used the father to come into America because they're not from America. And then once they got to America, she divorced them.
Whoa. So, is she close to her mother?
Yeah.
So they have a relationship?
Yep.
And her mother, so the father's from the United States?
Nah, they're both from out the country, but they moved here as a family, and then once they got here,
she got Americanized and divorced him.
Yep.
Now, do you know if she initiated the divorce?
I believe so, yeah.
So who initiated the separation between you and your wife?
Well, it's a long story. If I can explain it, then you'll see that, like, it was just no good on both ends, where it was just like, all right, Like, let's
Okay.
go our separate ways.
Well, anything you don't want to share, man, that's fine, man. Because already I mean, you really just out the gate, you done already helped a lot of men. Now, I'm sure you know who Coach Greg Adams is. He talks about what he calls and he coined the bait and switch. And that definitely between her parents is a bait and switch. And I talk a lot about the bad examples sometimes that these women have from their parents. Like they want to be married, but who taught them how to be wives? And
Exactly.
and it just comes down on us as men. But you know, she had a bad example out of the gate, and then she chose. So when she took you to court, whose side was the court on? Were they down the middle? Were they a little towards you? Were they a little towards her?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The court was more in favor of me because they seen what she was doing. Like, I explained everything that happened, and they were just like, okay, like, nah, they were in favor of me, you know, so.
That's a good thing. That's promising. Okay, so are you legally separated?
Well, I was never married.
Oh, okay. So you just chose to break up.
Yeah.
I didn't look. I'm not even sure if DC is a palimony state. You say you're in Jersey now? Or DC?
Correct. I'm in Jersey.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about some of the things that transpired with the court and after the court.
Okay, so when we had the court hearing, the judge was just like, the child needs both parents, and then we pretty much got shared custody, and then we moving forward with our lives and joint custody, and she just said, I wish you guys the best of luck.
So she basically cooperated in court, but then kind of went against what she agreed to do.
Yeah, pretty much. She wanted like sole responsibility, sole custody, everything, and then the judge was like, nah, child needs both parents.
Okay, man. That's promising. That's promising. So, like, if you want to share so what types of things made you guys, instead of getting married, you guys broke up? Like, like, if you want, whatever you want to share, that's fine. Like, because, you know, you have a lot of people in the same situation that you and her was. They're living together. You're planning on getting married. But what went wrong exactly?
All right, so I'll put it like this. I'm a good-looking dude. She's a very attractive woman, so she gets a lot of attention, you know, so that's out the gate. It's not a situation of, like, I'm Michael Blackson, then Kim Kardashian, and then, like that's the final to say for me, you know, and same thing with her. But I'll put it like this. I wanted to start a family with a healthy woman, and she wasn't taking the proper procedures to staying healthy. I'll just put, like, you know, excessive alcohol and excessive other things, and it's just like, I don't think you'll be healthy to, like, produce my seeds in the future. So I think
I don't mean to cut you off, but was she doing those things when you met her, when you decided you wanted to be with her, and you decided you guys would live together? Was she doing that like then?
Well, yeah, exactly. So it was kind of like, you know, I think some people, when you date people, at first, you know, okay, I get some drinks, but I'm thinking like, okay, this is like just the honeymoon phase coming over. Yeah. When it continued to keep on happening and things like that, it's just like, all right, like, I got to make a decision. So I chose, you know, you're not healthy, so I can't have no more seeds, no more kids with you.
Okay, yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. So was she flirtatious with other men? And you said she get a lot of attention. Was she saying things like, well, other dudes would love to have me and all this other stuff?
Of course, always. Wow. Oh, I could be with any dude I could be with any dude I want.
You can't say any. Can't say any, because a lot of dudes, if they vet her out, they ain't gonna want to do. I mean, with me, I don't mind a woman drinking. In fact, I would encourage it, because I do. But And when she started getting drunk, they already have problems with their judgment. They can't even decide what they gonna eat. So they definitely don't need. Was she getting drunk like with her friends and you wasn't around?
I'm sorry, did you ask a question?
Yeah, I was asking you, was she getting drunk with her friends when you wasn't present, when you wasn't around?
Well, that's a whole nother. I would say yes, but the story is deep and it's complex. But I would say yes.
That's not good, cause like I said, they can't even decide what shirt to wear and what outfit looks best on them and what to eat than to be trying to get drunk. I'm telling you, a lot of women, man. Us men, we don't always know what they doing. We just get the backlash of if they get pounded in the bar bathroom and she like it, she gonna come home starting stuff. You know, that's the way it is. And so a lot of times when they start stuff, like even with my situation, I carefully looked at it, gave it a lot of time, was a lot of patience, was real patient. And I noticed that the trend was when the guys start showing attention, the problems escalated for me. See, so when she say any guy, that's narcissism, because she ain't even seen every guy. And every guy ain't going for her. But when they okay, let me ask you this. Did she ever hold herself accountable? Like from a percentage standpoint, what would you say on the scale from 1 to 100? Did she held herself accountable? The problems that you and her were having.
Yeah, okay. So she never admitted that it was her fault. She always says, "You're never going to change," as far as to me. But in reality, she's the one that never changed, and she still hasn't changed. But she'll sit there and be like, "See, you're the one that's not changing." So,
although she made that decision to not let you see your daughter, come on now. So, okay, so we established that she don't let you hold her accountable. This is one of the major issues that create breakup. Now, were you the one the rationalizer, as I call it? Like, were you the one just trying to get to the bottom, trying to resolve the issues? Would you say she did sometimes? Or who do you say did it more?
I would say it was both of us. Like sometimes I would do things and she'd be like, "Hey, let's just like work it out."
Okay.
And then I think more towards the end of our relationship, I was the one that was like, "Let's just work it out." Like, you know, we've been through a lot. And the only thing she kept on saying was like, "You're not gonna like it when I'm with somebody else." So that was it.
So I don't know how much you watch my videos, but I talk a lot about out of the abundance of a person's heart, the mouth speaks. So if she went from being a rationalizer sometimes to being the one that her mind is already looking ahead to other men, the relationship was doomed right then and there. That's because okay, so you heard the analogy about the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder.
Exactly.
So once that start happening, man, then the devil gonna gravitate that man or that woman into doing all the things that would destroy the family, saying the things that would destroy the family. No man want to hear about other men and who they gonna get with, especially with a daughter. So do you pay child support?
Correct, yes.
What percentage did they put you on, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, I mean, I'm an independent contractor when I last filed.
So they can't really.
Yes, I just keep it low key like that.
Yeah, I hear that, right? Yeah, I hear that.
And then it would make more sense if I could like explain my story. Then you'll be like, oh, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not that long.
I'll stop talking. Go ahead.
Okay, so we separated, And then it's some bogus story that ended up happening, but we ended up moving from one state to a different state. And so, like I said, at this point, everything is fresh. I'm still thinking that we're friends, but I'm still kind of upset about certain stuff. It's just a lot of emotion. So we ended up getting to the new state. Off the rip, pulls up with someone else at the exchanges to drop off the daughter. So automatically conflict is happening with the new person. Rightfully so. I'm like, that's a dude that you moved into your house with my daughter. My daughter can't even speak yet. So I'm like, oh boy, I already know what's going down now. So fast forward, dude ended up smoking in the car with my daughter, and the mom is allowing this to happen. And I'm documenting everything with a police, and I'm not doing anything physical yet because I'm like, I'm not trying to get locked up over stuff because my daughter needs me. So I'm just playing everything cool with the police on my side. So fast forward, what ends up happening is she separates from the dude. Dude is like abusing her, stealing money from her, stealing her car, all types of stuff. And in my head, I'm just saying like, wow, like I got my own place, you got your own place, and you gave it all up for this dude to let him live with you. Like, so you broke up a family to have some bum just living with you. Okay, so moving forward, they separate, right? So supposedly. Then she sets me up. She invites me over to her house. I'm thinking everything is cool. I'm like, all right, bet. She left the dude. Like, let me try to get the family back. She invites me over to her house late night. I come over there, and then guess who shows up? Her new boyfriend that I didn't know, right? So she lies to him and says, I just showed up. And he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, first of all, dude, like, my daughter lives here, and she invited me over. So we about to get into a fight based off of her lies. So as the situation de-escalated, I go back home, she calls me, I'm so sorry, I should never done that. But I was like, I'm still in limbo mode because I'm thinking, let me get my family back. So this is some crazy shit. So she ends up getting pregnant by that dude, her new boyfriend, getting an abortion. And then the other dude that she was dating previously comes back. She invites him back into her life. Now, I really don't like dude because he's smoking around my daughter. So now I'm dropping off my daughter to her house, and I didn't even know that he was going to be there. So he ended up being there. We already crossed paths. I don't like him. So we get into a confrontation. He ends up macing me in my face with a whole bottle of mace in front of my daughter. I ran because I can't see. And then he follows me, maces my car. Long story short, I felt like he did some girl move with macing me, so I pressed charges on him.
Yes, sir.
So I pressed charges on him. He gets locked up. She's still seeing him. And mind you, he's abusing her, stealing money from her. She filed a restraining order on him, the whole nine. And she's still going back and forth seeing him. So I go to court, and I'm like, hey, like, I want to get full custody. And even though I could try to do that, my lawyer's just like, you could try to get full custody all you want, but all she has to say is that she's not dating that person anymore, and it's not going to work. So it wouldn't even matter if I try to take the situation to court, because there's really nothing that can protect men from who their partner is dating. You just got to suck it up and just deal with it. So, okay, that situation happened, and then, so I had to deal with that. But the main thing is that I stayed out of jail for my daughter and didn't really try to take it to that level because I would be locked up and she would still be hoeing around like she's doing. And my daughter would just be over there like, what's going on?
Oh, man. Anything else you want to add before I open my big mouth?
Well, I mean, now it's like, when you got to deal with somebody that you got a kid with, it's a lifetime thing. So I kind of got past all the emotions. She apologized, whatever, but I don't look at her the same. And it's like, we're just moving forward, but the trust is not there. And I'm just moving forward just as like, now I just got to do what I got to do for my kids and things like that. So.
Woo, wait, that is toxic, man.
Hold on, but I mentioned
Oh
one more
my
thing.
goodness. Yeah, go ahead.
So before all that even happened, what really led to the separation was the individual, like I said, drinking problem. She crashed. My daughter was 1 year old. She crashed the car on the highway with my daughter in the back seat, head on with another car because she passed out behind the wheel. And I had to save my daughter from that car crash. And then 6 months later, she's out. Like I said, I could get any dude I want. I'm home watching the kid. She went out to drink with her coworkers and crashed her car again. So I'm sitting there like, dude, like we have the kid. You cannot be doing this stuff. So that's kind of the stuff that kind of led to it being like, all right, this is excessive. Like, I can't live like this. So.
Oh my goodness, man. Man, you doing better than I would. Man, I'm sorry you had to deal with that, man. You a hero, man. You a hero, man. Like people gonna hear this. You a hero, man. I mean, and you better than me. I'm just telling you right now.
The thing I also want to say is that, like, I think that was a testimony to me because it's like I sat there, I dealt with all that. Like, you almost killed my daughter in the car crash. I didn't try to call the cops on you or nothing. I just sat there, helped you out because I thought that you needed help. The girl couldn't even walk after the car crash. I had to carry her up the stairs and down of our new apartment, help her feed her for a week because she couldn't walk. Helped her out and everything, man.
So you had to help her crazy self.
Yeah, and then it's just like after all that, you just forgot about it and just did me dirty. So it's all good, but it's a learning experience, though.
Now, what would you tell these guys about having kids with these women? Like, what would be your advice after going through all of that?
I'm gonna put it plain and simple. It's like when I was younger, my mother told me no sex until marriage, and when I was younger, all my friends had boyfriends and girlfriends. So I was like, that's definitely not happening. But after what I experienced now, it's like my mom made sense. It's certain religions make sense, but it's like no sex until marriage because it can prevent all of this lust that's going around. And I would definitely say that if you want to have a family with a woman, do it from a woman that comes from a good background and her family stay together and they approve of you. Because if you marry or get pregnant by a woman, they don't approve of you. As soon as something happens, they're going to be in her head, get away from this dude because they already don't like you. But if you get with someone whose family likes you, then when stuff hits the fan, they'll try to work it out instead of just backdooring you.
Yeah, well, in my situation, it's mixed. Like, they have told her to leave before, and I somebody's in her ear. Somebody's in her ear. But, you know, I would say marriage is risky. And I would say that basically by the Bible, you can't have concubines. I mean, if you don't think you can have concubines, just remember Abraham had, what was her name? Haggai or whatever her name was. And they had Ishmael. That wasn't his wife. Sarah was his wife. So sometimes like far as the marriage stuff, I would say, man, put them bras on trial. 5-year concubine. You get on your knees, you commit to her as your concubine, and the Most High accept it. And then if she get to acting a fool, crashing cars and getting smashed by other, man, dude, ain't no working it out though. Once they have any type of sex with another man, I don't care if he just stuck his index finger in a cat, and that's all he did. It's over with. It's supposed to be over with because the way they minds work, you know, ain't gonna be no coming back from it. Like, even if a dude is just flirting around with him, a lot of them, they not gonna be able to handle that, and the problem, they're gonna have a problem with you from that point. So, you know, he had Mace and stuff, you know, I would have found, I would have been like Michael Myers. Remember Michael Myers? They shot him in his eyes and he was swinging that little knife like that.
Yeah.
So man, I hope you was getting dude before the Mace, man.
Nah, that's the thing is like, because I blacked out, so I don't remember. But what the person I had a kid with told me was that she said that I tried to swing on him, and then she jumped in the way, and I hit her.
She helped him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, man, these bras ain't ish. I'm gonna try not to cuss, man.
But then let me say this though. When I found this out, I was like, yo, this chick is crazy. She went to a dating website called dateinmate.com. So she went, so that's how she met that dude. Like,
he was a convict? He was FaceTiming her?
Straight up, that's what she told me, man. Like after it was all said and done, she was like, okay, this is what happened. I'm saying here like, wow, like this dude was a straight inmate. And you fell in love with that and broke up a family for that. I'm like, yo, this is wild, bro.
So now let me do
that for you.
Let me ask you this: was she saying those type of dudes wasn't her type? Like, did she ever make comments like jail dudes wasn't her type?
I don't think we ever talked about jail dudes or anything like that. Yeah, never talked
about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever catch her looking at like Lil Durk or any of them little hood dudes like in a different way? Like when on TV or anything?
To be honest with you, no. But I remember when we would go to family gatherings, she would be like, I want to work inside of jail. But
what?
I never like peeped game. Yeah, I never like she kept saying like, I want to work inside of a jail. And I was just like, her own parents were like, for what? And I'll be saying like, just ignoring it. I'm just like, oh, whatever. But now looking back at it, it all makes sense. I'm like, oh, like this chick has like a little fetish or something.
Y'all hear this, right? This dude is blessing y'all souls. He blessing y'all. He didn't have to tell y'all his story. These women be lying, man, and they not all bad. Let's disclaimer, they not all bad, but a whole lot of them are.
Straight up.
But they like jail dudes. Aaron was working, coming home, protecting the family, doing everything he could do. And she went on a site intentionally looking for jail dudes. I tell y'all all the time, man. I tell y'all all the time.
Oh, and let me tell you this. The other dude that she got pregnant with and had an abortion by lied about his age, killed one of his exes. What else? And then after she left him, he stole her social security information and opened up all these accounts and messed up her credit.
So how did he get out? He did a lot of time?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
So the other dude that you talking about, he did a lot of time and he got out and was still doing that stuff?
I have no idea. This is what she told me. She said she did a background check on him after she had got pregnant by him and then got the abortion and then dumped him. She said she did a background check on him and found that out.
And she still dated inmate.com.
That's what she told me. I didn't even know that shit existed. I was like, what? And I was just like, yo, this is wild, bro. And then, hold up, let me say this on top of that. She said that, because we had a little thing where we were like separate for a little bit because we needed a break. So she was talking to him while we were dating while we were together on our last year. So she kept all that a secret. And she told me that. So she was already preparing.
Y'all, do y'all hear this, man? Do not miss any part of this video. Watch the whole video. Do you pastors hear this? Do you hear this, Tony Gaskins? Do you hear this, Derek Jackson? When y'all, all of y'all, man, all of y'all that be taking up for these women, I hope all of y'all watch this video. All of y'all. So go ahead, Aaron. We need to hear some more of this, man. Even though we could make a movie out of this.
I'm not lying, man. And then
I believe you, man. Like, you ain't giving off the live vibe.
And then it's just like matter of fact, let me say this real quick. This is when I knew I didn't, this is when I knew it was over. When she invited me to her house that night, and there was a setup with her new boyfriend, when he told me, he was like, because we was about to get into it, and he told me, he said, yo, man, like, she's playing mind games with you, man. Like, maybe y'all could get back together later on in life, but right now, she's just playing you in your head. And she was right there. And then when I was like, hold up, this is the woman I started to have a family with. I know her more than you, but you're telling me about her? I was just like, yeah, this is a wrap. I was like, she's for the streets, man. And
so she was telling him that stuff. And he probably was mad, like y'all fighting, so he finna tell you.
Yeah, he's basically trying to tell me about my supposedly woman. And I'm sitting here like, nah, man, like yo, she got it, bro. I was like, it's all good. You know what I mean? So
how you doing now on the dating thing? You a little skeptical? Like, you just doing you? Or?
Not. So, like, I heard one of your videos, and you was talking about polygamy. And I think right there, huh?
Yeah, polygyny.
Yeah, I think right there, that's my move, only because I feel like when you work on yourself as a man,
mm-hmm.
a woman will be down to share you if you're a good man, but a woman cannot be shared. So I know that when I work on myself, there'll be other women out there that I could treat good, do good things for, and I know that they'll share me. And I watched a video with Dr. Umar. He was like, in Africa, they got certain cities out there where it's one dude to 26 women. So I'm like, yeah. I think that might be my route.
I don't want no 26, because if I got 26, it's a high possibility one of them gonna be like your ex. So
yeah.
Dude, I just, like, far as 3, like, and then you gotta look at it like they'll cancel each other out. Like, the one, like, when you doing polygyny, the ones that's really into you, they gonna cancel the one out that ain't, a lot of time, more often than none. And that's why the Most High permitted polygyny, because the Most High knew how these women are. And if you only got one, it's like you didn't have none.
Exactly.
It's like she put you through all of that just because you wanted some pleasure and you wanted a family. Guys shouldn't have to go through all of that for pleasure and family.
Hold on, let me correct that. Hold on, she put me through all of that because I didn't want her drinking and smoking as much as she was doing. So, let me say this. So, she like I said, all she wanted to do was drink and smoke. But I'm saying, like, yo, we got a kid. Like, you can't do that, because, like, when I leave, she was out there drinking, hiding the liquor cans in the garbage, hiding them in her car. Watching the baby, doing all that type of stuff.
So was she trying to ever tell you what to do?
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, this is crazy.
So she tried to tell you what to do, but she didn't listen to you when you told her what to do.
Yeah.
Was she, like, would you say that she was feminine? Was she masculine? Was she kind of down the middle, like, in terms of her overall behavior and her demeanor?
Oh, no, she's a female. Like, one of them girls that's like, yeah, she's like one of them, like, give me a teddy bear, like one of those feminine females. But, like I said, she was going through stuff. I tried to help her. And I'm going to say this, looking back at it, if I could do it again, I would have just dealt with the drinking, dealt with the smoking, minded my business, and just took care of my child and waited until, my daughter was in a better situation, and then, probably separated if it didn't get better.
No, buddy, because what would have happened, let me show you, they escalate, man. And the way I know is I tried to do that. Like I said, long time ago, I'm not leaving my sons, right? I'm not leaving my son. I'm not going to be one of those guys to leave my sons. But back then, the problem wasn't major. I'll say that it wasn't major. But it escalated over time. Like we had We lost 2 children, and it's like we both was dealing with it, but like I was being blamed, like saying I wasn't there, stuff like that. And so it was escalating. Like at first it was stuff you could deal with, but then when you start involving other people, that's a problem. Now going back to the beginning before we had kids, now I had the attitude you had. I said, you know what, man, there's something different about this one. I'm gonna just deal with it. She was talking to guys, going in other parts of the house. When I first met her, when we first got together, going in other parts of the house, talking to dudes on the phone. 2 different dudes. Now keep in mind, I had a rotation before her. I didn't put up with that from none of them. And so I don't know what got into me where I'm just putting up with this stuff. I believe it's what they do is, I call it the sex strategy. They'll make it seem like they ain't did nothing. And then that'll make you like especially in the 90s, that'll make you, oh, okay, I'm gonna be the one, blah 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 blah. But then I'm looking like, okay, she talking to these dudes. Then like in the beginning, I never know where she was at. They telling me she sleep. I don't know if she was there or not. And so you see things, like I'm sure you saw things and you said you would do it different. Nah, man. Dude, she would have probably tried to kill you or something, man.
Yeah,
she already, or would have had somebody else do it. Nah, man, that's just you having a good heart, man. That's you having a good heart where you say that, man.
And then let me say this, it got so bad that with dealing with those dudes and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, I can't. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. So what I did was I got my daughter set up for school. You know, got her the stuff for her to get to school, took her to the doctor's office to get her physical and stuff like that, so she could get ready for school. And I went back to court and I filed an out-of-state parenting plan because I was like, yo, if I got to deal with all this, you could just have the kid because I ain't about to risk my life. So I just got a long-distance parenting plan, holidays, summer. And I just see my daughter when I see her, because I'm like, yo, like you created this hostile environment. I'm not finna be doing this, and I end up locked up for you dating one of these crazy dudes, and I gotta put in work. So I was like, I'm gonna leave the state.
Yep, and always remember that, guys. Always remember, these women will instigate. They will instigate. Now, you see Aaron saying the same thing I be saying. Like a lot of stuff, like if you file divorce and stuff like that, like, get out of that house. Get out of that house if you can. Because a lot of these women, they already acting evil. If they talking about getting with other dudes, or they already getting with other dudes, that is evil. Ain't nothing righteous about that. Ain't nothing right, especially in the situation where you married. And let me just say this, Aaron, before I let you continue. If we get broke up, me and you gonna stay on the phone until we like finish this, and we'll just do a part 2. Like if I have problems with this other device, because I can't really see. Okay, so if it cut off, we just gonna continue. I'm sure we almost there, but it seemed like you got more you want to share with us.
Oh, absolutely. Let me say this. So, oh my God. So this is another sign that I missed. I was staying, like, she went to work, I went to work. She went to work, I went to work. So whoever was working was watching a child. She told me one day, she said, I'm jealous of the relationship that you and your daughter have. And I never paid attention to it. I was just like, why would you say that? So once we separated, and she's trying to break the bond that I had with my daughter. That's all her whole objective and motive is, even to this day, is to break my bond.
That's why she's not letting you see her.
Yeah, break the bond with my daughter. And even now, I got my daughter. She'll always call. I'm like, dude, like, can I just get like a week without you calling? Like, and then like, what she does is she always tries to use other dudes to try to like get in my head, like, oh, look who your daughter's around. I got your daughter with this guy, but my thing is this. That's only hurting the mother, because the child's going to remember all that stuff and be like, well, my mom was with this dude, my mom was with that dude, my mom was with this dude. So the women out there, you're not doing yourself any good by trying to use your partner to hurt your ex.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
So
not,
so how old is your daughter now?
she's not in middle school or high school. I don't want to say age. I don't want to give it away.
Because they'll know your
Yeah.
voice. Okay, I got you. Okay, so, man, that's not good. Some women will try to get with somebody you know. Did she ever try to mess with anybody you know?
I would say I don't know, because we was like exclusive. We was around each other every single day, so it wasn't like we was a family. Me, her, and the baby. I was trying to create a family like us, and so yeah. I don't. Not that I know of.
Wow, man.
And then let me just say this, because back on the subject of the women trying to use their partners to get back at their ex, like, look who's raising your kid, because she knew that I was strict and overprotective of my daughter, so she does this type of stuff to be like, you can't control me now. But I met this one girl in Florida, a grown woman, and she said when I was younger, my dad got full custody of me, and he raised me with another woman. And that's all she remembers about her dad. And to this day, she's taking care of her mom now. She don't talk about her dad because she remembers her dad preventing her from seeing the mom. And now she's living with her mom and taking care of her.
And that's wrong. It's too wrong. It's wrong when men do that too, man. Nobody should be keeping their kids from seeing the other individual, and nobody should be, if the other parent want to be in the person's life or in the person's life, you should not be playing. Let me tell you something. Some of y'all, the world is coming to an end, and a lot of y'all are not ready. Y'all not ready. Like, if we on the brink of war, they liable to blow us up. And all that evil stuff in your heart, if we die right now, a lot of these chicks is not gonna make it, because they got all that evil residing in their hearts, man. You know, stepdaddy, if the daddy is around, I don't care if he in jail. If he trying to be in his kid's life, if he trying to do for his kids, that other dude is a simp, a mark, a punk. That's between you and him. It don't got nothing to do with the kids. And God will judge you when you do that, I'm telling you. Because the Most High be knowing, the Most High look at us, he look at our heart. He probably look at our heart before he even look at our face or whatever. He know what's in our hearts, man. So we gotta like in turn with these kids and stuff like that. I did this for a reason. Guys need to tell a story. You got K. Michelle crying, this ain't cool, and all this other stuff on the internet. We finna be hearing from these guys, man. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah.
We got like, maybe we'll go like, how much more time you think you got, far as like how much story you ain't told us yet?
I mean, I'm gonna just end on this note, but I could talk to you for days, man, because I've been through. I'm gonna just end on this note. Even though I shared my situation, take everything with gratitude, because it could be worse. There are plenty. Even though I went through what I went through, you know, with the person I had a kid with, I'm at least grateful, and this may sound crazy, I'm at least grateful that the child's mine. Because there's a lot of women out there that have kids with men, and they be lying about the fathers, dragging them along in their lives.
Yeah.
And then they get the DNA test 18 years later and find out that the kid is not even theirs.
Yeah, and then sometimes that be the source behind their behavior, because they know them ain't your kids anyway. So a lot of time, that's why they be doing guys like that. They done got over.
What I mean?
But, man, we do thank you, man. Hey, Aaron, you gonna see me making I was over here throwing my hat, all type of stuff, man. You know, I got emotional over here, man. I hate that you had to go through that, man. But I do definitely appreciate you telling your story, man. Make sure you send me your information that I was telling you I need. And just you got my number, man. Just text it over to me, man.
I got you for sure, man. Thank you for the opportunity. And like I said, when you make the videos, I felt like you were talking directly to me. I was just like, I can relate because I'm actually going through it, you know. So
yeah, that's why I call it shame the devil, and you definitely shamed the devil. You definitely did. So we thank you, man, and like in the future, man, give us an update. We'll do an update like maybe in a month or two. Like I'm gonna be down there. I'm moving out of this state, man. But we'll do an update, man. And like when I do lives, man, just be in there, just be in there dialoguing if you got time. Be in there dialoguing.
I got you. And then to the dudes out there, man, or even the females, never try to get revenge on the person that's doing you dirty, because it's going to happen to them regardless. And I got stories on that too. I'll share next time about.
Oh yeah, we're going to have to do a part 2 then.
Yeah, man. It's real. The story's way longer than this, man. But yeah, never get revenge, man. Leave it in God's hand, and He'll answer swiftly, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be reaching out to you, man, when you ready to do it, man. Like, we'll think of a time we both got time. Even if we do it during the live, man. But we'll talk, man. You got my number.
All right, for sure, man. Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem, man. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Have a good one.
All right. Whew. Man, shout out to Aaron, man. I told y'all, these women ain't in that. Oh, he makes. Oh my God. Curse be a punk. Oh, I almost want to put them curses on some of them people that did that to this man. But like he said, don't go for revenge. He's right. A lot of times, man, the Most High avenge. But man, this is what I tell y'all. We got a side too. I'm going to give y'all the full story of my situation in a couple weeks. I'm not going to leave nothing out that I did wrong. I'm going to give y'all the full story. And y'all going to be amazed, man. Y'all going to be like, how are you getting divorced? But yeah. But thanks for watching. And keep tuning in for this series. Hearing the side of the story from the men.